What's up YouTube, KidMoto22 here, and I'm coming to you guys today to do an install to solve the blow-by issue on your M8 Harley-Davidson. So if you're like me and you have a Milwaukee 8 motor, 2017 and up, we all know it's a common problem that you can get some blow-by. Blow-by is the engine oil that kind of sumps through your motor because there's too much compression. That's going to come out of your air cleaner. So it's going to come out of your air cleaner and it can very easily kind of shoot back on your bike. So what we're going to do today is install this kit by Fueling. So this kit is the solution to help resolve the blow-by that you can get in your motor. It's all American parts, made in the USA. If you know about Fueling Moto, they make a lot of great parts for your engine to make your bike perform better, all of those kind of things. And what I'm going to be doing today is installing this kit. This goes into, this is the dipstick breather kit that Fueling Moto makes. So it has a breathing tube that comes out of the top. That's the portion of it that I'm going to make. So, no, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to use it. But it solves that issue of that blow-by that you get from the M8 motor. So let's get to this, and we'll get back to you when we're starting the install. All right, so let's get this kit open and see what we have inside here. So I did hear that these kits come fairly put together already. So we have some goodies from Fueling Moto. Nice Fueling Moto sticker. Some of their performance parts. There's also some instructions. There's lots of videos of how to do this install out there, so I'm not going to go over the instructions. This is the actual dipstick itself, and it's already put together. So we're just going to get this open here. Okay. So everything you need is inside the Fueling Moto kit. So this is the actual dipstick itself. It's made out of aluminum, the top is, and the filter element is actually in the inside here. There is a very small set screw right here, and that's what we will be taking the top of this off with, and this filter element is already inside, so it's actually already put together for us. The key to that is inside here, so the Allen wrench to get that off. We will need to take it off because this cap will have to be adjusted to the bike, and they've included some Loctite in here. So we'll get this all open, and you can kind of see what is all in the kit that comes with it. So this is the breather tube portion. So this is what's going to come off of the top of the dipstick. So it comes off the top of the dipstick. You run the cords through here. There's a hole right in the top of the dipstick right there. And we will snap another piece right on the top here that locks on there. And that will allow the oil to travel up the breather tube and come out the filter element as needed. The kit does include a little bit of Loctite if you need it, and we will be using some Loctite on this project. It comes with two different types of attachments to go on the top of the filtering element, and I'll show you both of those because they're both useful things to have. And the minuscule Allen wrench, so don't lose that because this is all really small. So there's two pieces that comes with. This is the quick disconnect piece. So this is the quick disconnect right here. And that will snap right onto here. So you pull it back, it snaps right into place. And that's the coupling disconnect that you can see right there. This, when we assemble this, this piece screws right into the top of here. We'll put some Loctite on there. And then that will allow that oil to pump through the top of there when your pressure is increased in the inside of your motor. So that's essentially what this is all going to do, is help with that blow-by issue. So rather than the oil getting all the way to your air filter and going through that process, it will flow up and through this system first, right from your oil, right from the source of your oil in your oil tank. There's another very clean way to do it, and you can screw this into the very top here too. So you can put this is a clean way, okay? So this allows for no reason to use this portion of the kit, right? If you're already experiencing blow-by, which I am, I would get oil misting out of the top of this, and that's really what I want to prevent, is any oil misting out of the top, because I'm already getting that in from my air cleaner right now. So this will prevent that from happening. This is a clean way because there's no tubes coming out of the top of this, but it isn't really going to matter. You're only going to see the tube come up a little bit, and you'll kind of see that later on. All right, so we can get to the install. I've shown you all the parts and everything that's in there. Let's get to the install and we can move forward. All right, so what we did now is we just snaked the wires, and so I started at the bottom, and so I kind of worked my way backwards to snake the tubing. So you can see the filtering device down here. I went along the frame rail along the bottom, and then I came up the frame rail on this side. It's going to go around underneath the seat, and then it comes down the frame rail here, and then it's going to come out right down here where the dipstick is at right here. So now we're going to go ahead and put together the dipstick portion of it. That will be coupled to the tubing that you see that's right here. And once it's all coupled together, I will zip tie all of these so that tubing is kind of in this area really nice, and it's going to be hidden and you're not going to see it. It's going to be a really clean setup. The only piece that you're going to see is that piece of tubing that's sitting right on the top of the coupling. This is going to prevent oil from misting out of the top if you use that other device that comes with the fueling kit that comes right out of the top. The misting would come out here. This way, when that compression hits and it's looking at oil buildup and the sumping action, it's going to push it up through here, and if your oil makes it all the way down here, it would actually mist it on the ground underneath the bottom of your bike out of this device. Now this will not be hanging down, it's actually going to be up just like that, tucked up right underneath the frame rail just like that. So nice and clean look when it's going to be done. All right, so now's the point in time when we need to remove the dipstick, and we'll be putting the new dipstick in. I will be installing the quick disconnect on here. So this is going to screw into here. I'll be putting some Loctite on there to get it on there, and we'll screw that in there. There's also going to be Loctite around this piece, which is the billet aluminum piece that goes on the top, and the filtering mechanism is on the inside of here. The reason why you put some Loctite on here is that this will screw on, and you see that this still screws in to your oil tank, and so you can't have both pieces obviously loose. And so there is also the little tiny lock screw that's in the back. So we're going to get that all assembled now and put together, and we'll be able to couple it together. After that, really, it's just a matter of putting the zip ties to get all the tubing in place, and you're good to go. So that's about what this whole installation involves. I will go ahead and do this part of it so you can kind of see that. Once I've got that in and I have it coupled together, we'll pretty much be done with this part of the install. How you zip tie it and everything is entirely up to you. I did have the venting mechanism down there. You can kind of see again that it's hanging down on the bottom, and that's not going to be hanging down. That's going to be tucked under nicely under the frame rail, so that if it does vent, it vents onto the ground, and I don't have to worry about any misting backwards. So that's about that. We'll get to this portion of it and go from there. Dipstick should just come out. And I'm just going to wipe. As I'm taking it out, I don't want to spill any oil on there. And I have seen some videos where people have taken the stock dipstick and drilled a hole in it and made kind of their own venting mechanism themselves. I like this piece obviously because it's not a nice machined piece, but also because it's designed with tolerances other than just drilling a hole in a dipstick, which could eventually, you know, break apart. So I'm just going to dry fit this at this point just to see how it goes together, and to make sure once I screw it on there, if the logo and everything is in the place that you want it to be. That's just kind of being picky when you do the install portion. So that's about what it would look like on there, and the tubing would come down and sit on the top right there once it's all in place. So I will get the rest of this put together, and we will be good to go. Well, there we go. I did the Fueling Moto install for the my oil tank, and hopefully this is going to stop the blow-by that I'm getting. I'm really excited to take this on my trip. I'll be heading out to Duluth, Minnesota. We're going to be riding on the North Shore of Lake Superior, and I'm really going to get an opportunity to test this before we go to FBDM for our meetup in Kentucky in the beginning of September. But this will be fully tested by then, because I'll have hopefully put on about 1,000 miles on this setup even before I get to Kentucky. So there we go, fairly simple install. I hope you like what I did for you guys today. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button over here, and as always, I'll put a link to another video up there that you might like. This is Kid Moto. I'm out.